All right, we've talked about the split step and how I really want you to focus on being off the ground when contact is made. That's the first drill. That's the exaggeration that we're looking for. Then as you get the hang of that, then you can take that smaller split step. But again, you want to make sure that you're off the ground soon enough. I find that a lot of players wait too long to split step, so they're still on the ground when the ball is hit. You want to be slightly off the ground when the ball is hit on the other side of the net. But now we have to focus on what happens after the split. And this is probably more important than the split step itself in many ways. So I've found that whether I stand flat-footed and wait for the ball machine to hit me a ball, or if I am playing a match and I do my split step, I've found that I've got to focus on my crossover move. So what do I mean by that? The crossover move basically means that when I come out of my split step, if I'm going to go to my forehand side, I am going to lead with this leg. Okay, so I come out of the split and I'm going to lead with this leg, crossing over. The big mistake that's made out there today, and I've seen a lot of coaches teach it, is that when they come out of the split step, they teach this move here. This step coming out actually drops your center of gravity, your upper body tumbles over your lower body, you lose timing and you lose rhythm when you do that. So in order to stay more balanced and upright, you come out of the split and I want you to think of leading with this foot. If you go to your backhand side, you come out of the split and you're going to cross over with this foot. Now you may have noticed that when I made that move, when I focused on the crossover, this foot might have turned out a little bit. If I go to the backhand, this foot might have turned out a little bit. That's okay. That's natural. That's what we want, actually. If you time your split right, you might actually land and have this foot turn out naturally. Your brain and your body don't even have to think about doing it just because you got the right timing down. So let this outside leg do what it's supposed to do. If it turns out, great, but think about leading with this leg and making a strong crossover move. If the ball comes into the middle of the court, and I know we're taking it to another level here, if the ball comes in the middle and you have to run around it, when you come out of the split, the best thing to do is a little shuffle to get out of the way of the ball. Or even on your backhand side, when you come out of the split, you might shuffle first before you step in and hit. The thing I want you to avoid is that split where you're stepping out with this leg first to go hit the ball. A split, stepping out with the outside leg. That is the death of your footwork right there. So if you learn nothing else from this lesson, I need you to focus on that. So now I'm going to hit a few balls. It's going to come my way, and I'm going to focus on leading with that leg crossing over my body when I make the first move. So you can see that when I came out of my split, it was a strong push-off. That's how you can be more explosive on the court. If you come out of your split and you make a tiny little step, you're not going to cover any ground. I'm coming out and I'm thinking of going. I split and I go. Doesn't matter which direction. Let's do another one to the forehand. Split and I go. So the step after the split is part of, in my view, is part of the split. They're not independent. It's not splitting, waiting, and then moving. It's split and go. Touchdown and go. Now let's do it to the backhand side. So you can see again, there's this aggressive move to the ball. The same thing would hold true again if I was in the middle of the court. So let's actually go ahead and look at some live ball footage where we're hitting, where you can kind of see the movement of coming out of the split, moving, making a quick move to the ball, coming out of the split, moving around a ball if you have to with some shuffle steps. But again, with the whole idea that when you come out of that split step, you're not going to step out with your outside leg consciously. All right, I'm going to hit a few balls, and I want you to do your best to watch me make that split and go or touch and go move. So the big thing I want you to take away from those three balls that I just hit, they were two of them were in the middle, one of them was wide. And what I focused on there is when the ball came, I focused on moving right away. So as soon as I came out of my split, there was a shuffle to the forehand. Next time forehand, I did the same thing. Backhand, I focused on a quick shuffle first. So whether you cross over or whether you shuffle, the key is to split and to move quickly. One big problem that I see, I actually see two, but one that I see is splitting, kind of stopping, and then moving again. The second one that I see is I see the split and stepping out with the outside leg. And that throws off your rhythm and your timing with your footwork. So let me show you a couple of the wrong ways, and then we'll get back to doing it the right way again. So I see a lot of that flat-footed, waiting. There's just not a lot of movement after. There's not a shuffle. There's not a strong acceleration to the ball. There's just that stopping and then a move afterwards. And then I also see that step-out move. So a couple wide balls here. I see things like that, like players going here first and then stepping in. You need to focus on making that quick first move with that front foot or making a quick shuffle to get out of the way of the ball. So let's get back to doing it the right way again. So you can see how active my feet are. As soon as I come out of the split, a little bit wider on some. As soon as I come out of the split, I'm moving. So once again, the key is to split and go. That's what I want you to work on. First part, get off the ground. Make sure you're in the air on the split step. Second part, move quickly once you touch down. Now, if the ball's coming super slow, you can actually split and start shuffling, start moving around the ball as the ball's coming slowly, but you don't have to move super quick. So keep in mind that you will move as quick as the ball is coming to you. So I know that was a lot of information. Quick review. Split step off the ground. Make sure you're off the ground when the ball is struck, and make a move to the ball as soon as you come down instead of stopping and staying in your tracks.